Welcome to Tech Entrepreneurs Nebraska, or 10, brought to you by the Nebraska Tech Collaborative, powered by the Exarban Foundation. I'm Shauna Dorsey, the Executive Director of the Nebraska Tech Collaborative, with my co-host.
I am Brian Poppy. I am the Chief Data Officer at Mutual of Omaha. And we're joined today by...
Hey, I'm Matt Payne. I'm a computer programmer that's lived in Omaha forever.
Okay. Wonderful.
Speaking of, I know your name is Matt, but like we were talking about names earlier, and I wanted to do the introduction. That's great, though. I like to build up a little bit of tension, Matt, just for future reference.
Okay.
I think we'll have you back. You're a good guest so far.
Oh, yeah. Yes. So, Matt, thank you for being with us. Can you tell us a little bit of background about you? Like, first of all, if you don't know this about Matt Payne, he is how I refer to him as is the OG of community building in tech. He is amazing. So can you tell us how you got started in that space? Like, what made you decide, you know what, we need a vibrant tech community in Omaha, and how'd you get involved in that?
Yes, computers are so exciting. They're good when you share them with friends.
Mm-hmm.
And my very first computer class during summer school in the 70s, after class, we'd all go to lunch, and then we'd come back and we'd use the computers. Writing the basic code, playing a little Super Star Trek, writing a little more basic code. And as that moved over to the local university, UNO, they had a computer club. There's an academic computer club called ACM, Association for Computing Machinery. Most universities have one. And they're fantastic. They have speakers, they have coding projects, they have coding competitions. If you win the coding competition, you get a free trip. In 1992, the ACM team from UNO went to the regional competition, the exotic location of Kansas City. It was off the hook. And so as new things come out, we would gather at UNO and we would gather at Creighton and around town. And in 1995-ish, Java came out, and we were very, very excited. And so we started to come together as the Java users group. I think some of the first meetings were down at Creighton University because Professor Cortor, Cindy, set us up with some meeting space there. And it moved to Blue Cross Blue Shield for a while. It moved to Gallup for a while. There was a training company called One Staff, I think, that hosted us for quite a while. Other people came and went. Now it's sort of run by a ragtag committee. We're meeting near 72nd and Pacific these days. March 16th, there'll be a talk on how to use a software as a service application generator out of Germany to jumpstart Java web apps. It's absolute delight to use. You just draw your database relationships and it generates the code for you. It's amazing.
Yeah, this sounds very convenient. And I'm that kind of technologist. Let's put it that way. I can't code very well, but that sounds like something I could definitely do to put together something that would be useful.
It's really fun. And that's where it all boils down to, is it's really fun, And so whether you're doing server-side stuff or whether you're doing multi-threaded stuff or genetic algorithms, it's all exciting. And we all want to share with each other. Even those of us who are kind of introverted get excited about things. And the thing about presentations, if you provide a friendly space, then the introverts will come up and they'll stand up and they'll say, let me show you the thing I've been doing. And it's amazing. It's so heartwarming to see all the speakers coming around and coming out of Omaha. There's people like Sandy Barr and Nick Nisi that have spoken internationally, and they all come out of this community.
It's amazing.
Boy, that's great. So, I mean, that is quite an arc to go from mid-70s computing club to building a users group in the 90s. Like, what are you up to now? What's most exciting to you at the moment?
The thing that's most exciting to me at the moment is that the trend of bachelor's degree required is diminishing. I work at a place that I'm not allowed to talk about that has recently hired some, you got to clear it.
I know,
PR departments and stuff like that.
I got it.
Recently hired some boot camp grads, and it's really exciting to me, this idea that people are going to be able to come to the club, the computer club, in multiple ways through just high school, just boot camp, some college, some 2-year college. There should be multiple ways to come into the community. And for years and years and years, you had a bachelor's degree in something. Accounting majors made great computer programmers. art history majors made great computer programmers. Turns out boot camp grads make great computer programmers as well.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So what do you think is leading to that transition from like, we need 4 years or, 4 years plus 3 years experience? We've seen it all. What do you think is leading to that?
I think it's the fact that there's tons and tons of work.
Yep.
And I also think the fact that there's more and more tutorials on the internet, both in writing and in YouTube, is helping people understand that you don't need that 4-year degree. Now, don't get me wrong. My wife would be mad if I didn't say 4-year degrees were good.
Yep.
4-year degrees are good. They're very important.
They're really good.
But the fact that companies are realizing that you can learn on the job is opening that door.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
So, yeah, how might somebody who is interested in getting connected with you, how can they reach out to you to maybe join either the users group you talked about or talk about any of the other cool stuff you're interested in?
So I think you have my contact information. It'll be on the blurb.
Yep.
And the other day I gave a Toastmasters talk about blogging because that's one of the standard manual speeches. So I looked it up. I've owned mattpayne.org for 21 years.
Mattpayne.org is the way to find you. That's
It's
great.
pretty silly, but
Man,
it's true.
No, that's not silly at all. That's killer.
like
got your whole
how
work.
it should be. Right.
Yeah, he's got his own organization. That's super cool.
Love it.
Yeah, me and my 3 dogs.
Yeah, what are they going to find at mattpayne.org?
Some, somewhat scattershot blog posts
Okay.
and, some links to some of my favorite articles and my Twitter handle where you can, at me or whatever. And Payne@mattpayne.org is my email. It's, they're my notes that might come in handy when we talk about something and I go, oh yeah, I think I played with that once.
Right.
Yeah.
So there you go.
That's cool. So one thing that we were talking about recently was this idea that you have about churches.
I'm glad you brought
I'm
that
just
up
curious.
because
Can you share it
I'm
with us?
full of ideas.
Okay.
And I watch a lot of YouTube. One of the founders of RailsBridge, which is this amazing open source curriculum for helping people learn web application development, starting at zero, is RailsBridge.
Awesome.
And one of the founders, I think her name was Rachel, gave this amazing talk where, among other things, like the book, the Scorpion and the darn it.
Frog? The scorpion
No,
and frog?
it's starfish. You want to be like a starfish where if you cut a starfish, it replicates and you get more starfish.
Oh, neat. Yeah.
Anyway, but back to the point. I hope you have me back. I'll do better next time.
Oh, we will.
You're doing great.
You do have 2 minutes. So I just want to let you know.
So the point is Rachel said, you have to convince companies to spend their marketing budget on more than just beer.
Yep.
It needs to be babysitters in beer because then with people with small children, they'll have daycare for their children and they can come focus on the workshop.
Got it.
and learn some web development skills because
Love
that's where the money is. And then when they go back to their home, they can continue on the internet and then they can come to the next Rails bridge and the next Rails bridge. And this applies to more than just the Rails community. It applies to all of the communities.
Definitely.
So one of the crazy ideas that I had, which I have not looked into, is churches are really good at daycare and churches are really good at lifting people up and improving people's lives. So what if there were some local churches that had some volunteer daycare and then there could be some Node School or Free Code Camp or Rails Bridge or Django Girls. There's a gazillion curriculums.
Sure.
And next thing you know, there'd be some really smart people hanging out in the computer club with all of us.
Yep.
Yeah. Maybe not beer, but like communion wine or something, I think is probably what they would serve at the churches. Yeah.
Or water. Take a break. Your vices.
Yes.
But babysitting, yeah, that is a brilliant idea, and building some community and neighborhood around that. I like that.
Totally.
As a concept.
And it's like the spaces there that like what do you call those rooms for kids? Playrooms.
We'll take it.
Okay.
Go with
They're
that.
there.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
I
like
Most
it.
people have laptops. If not, somebody can donate them for a workshop.
Yep.
Okay. I think this is pretty winner.
We've done it. I think we should end on that today.
It'd be
Yeah.
fun,
What do you think?
it'd be
All
fun
right.
to do.
It would
That
be
is
fun to do.
That's a great idea.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for joining us for 10. We made it in under our 10-minute time frame. We do this every month or so. I'm Brian. This is Shauna. You've
Sorry.
been joined by
I
Matt
was just
Payne.
wanting to say my own name. This is
Oh,
Shauna.
shoot.
This
Yes.
is Shauna.
We are all about saying our own names today. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.